I was evangelical, and then I'm like, I need to be somewhere liturgical. And so I tried, for like a month, I tried Presbyterianism, and ultimately I was Anglican for, I would say technically for about 2.5 years, formally for about a year and a half, like as a confirmed Anglican. I was even discerning like the Anglican priesthood, and I was at a parish that was going to send me to seminary and pay for it and all this stuff. And that's when I met my wife, who was a just evangelical poster girl. She was navigators all the way through, and she'd had the same discontentment. And for her, it started to express itself with like, okay, let's look at like the context that surrounded the Bible. And she started really looking at like the Jewish context. And so we met, and she's researching the Jewish context of the Bible, and I kind of had a phase of that. And then I had started looking at church history, and both of us were realizing there's this unparalleled, unprecedented depth to Christianity that we had never been handed. And like with that came a lot of, I'll be honest, like a lot of anger of like, why didn't we know all this stuff about Jewish history that really like makes the New Testament come alive? And why didn't we know that there were even church fathers who had all like these thousands of writings about how they had done things since the apostles? And yeah, ultimately that kind of led us to like really do the journey. Like we were going to this Anglican church for a while, and I just kept reading and kept saying, okay, what were these first Christians doing? And that's ultimately what landed us in Catholicism. But for me, I don't feel like it was like a stripping away or like a leaving anything. It just kind of felt like it entering into a deeper fullness with Jesus, right? Like it's not like, oh, I thought I used to have a relationship with him and now I think I have a religion with him. It's like deeper than it ever has been before. And I just feel like there's so much more of Jesus to experience that we get. And nothing I had before I don't have now, but I have more. And so that's kind of, I guess, a short way of like philosophically approaching my story and giving you a little bit of, I guess, narrative context to my conversion. But also I should clarify too, like you'll hear Catholics use the word conversion from Protestant to Catholic. And like to a Protestant, that sounds like we joined a different religion. Cause like when you say I convert, like it's like, oh, a Hindu converted to Christianity. But the Catholic concept of conversion is like you convert, I guess, once to Christianity, but your heart is always converting. So there's this constant deepening of the parts of myself that I've segmented off from God that I'm opening up to him. So it's not necessarily that I'm like, yeah, it's a different religion, but it's like, I feel like there's this deepening when I became Catholic. And so the term conversion, I think, needs a little nuance, but that was kind of a rant. So I'll let you respond to some of that.
No, I loved it. And I would say, honestly, since all of this has happened, I have gotten emails, DMs that are novels at this point, of very, very similar stories. And I would just say from the Protestant view, it's when you're consumed in your own world, you don't understand what might be happening on the flip side of the coin.